Okay, we're looking at this problem, and it's actually pretty tricky. You're going to have to conduct a trial, and so we're going to have to use Excel and some cool features of Excel to try and simulate this situation in order for us to make the to get the answer. Now, you could just keep choosing the right letter until you got one, but I'm going to show you some cool stuff in Excel, and maybe you'll enjoy trying to work this problem on your own. Okay, so it says a basketball player with a 62% shooting percentage has just made 6 shots in a row. The announcer says this player is on hot tonight. She's in the zone. Assuming the player takes about 20 shots per game, is it unusual for her to make 6 or more shots in a row during a game? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to conduct a trial where we simulate that she shoots 20 times, and we're going to look for when she gets 6 in a row. And so we're going to have to do this so many times. If you had a computer program, you might want to write it so that it did it 100 or 1,000 times. But since we're going to be kind of combining a computer and our brains, I'm just going to simulate it doing it 20 times. So I'm going to do this 20 times. So and let me kind of set up my spreadsheet for you. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have some shots, and I want this to be labeled, and like this will be shot 1 and then 2 and then 3. So when you have a pattern like this in Excel that you want to continue until 20, what you can do is you can just hold down the shift key and then the arrow so that you've highlighted your pattern, and then you make your cursor into the small plus sign, then you hold the left mouse button down and drag it, and notice how it's counting for you, and I want to get to 20. Okay, so it counted. Now, if I want the shots to be at the top, like merged in with all of these cells to make it kind of pretty, again, I'm going to hold the shift key and do the right arrow all the way to the 20. And then under alignment, or right here, I'm going to choose this one, which is merge and center. So that looks kind of pretty that way. Okay, now along here, I want to have the trials. And so I can type trial 1 and then trial 2, and I wonder if it'll get the idea. So let me see if it gets the pattern. I'm going to do a down arrow, and then I'm going to see if it'll count. Yeah, see, it knows that. Isn't that cool? So I'm doing the same dragging thing, and I want to do 20 trials. Okay, so what is it that I want to fill in? Well, what I need to do is, and if you want, you can make this kind of different colors. So like you could make this yellow, fill this in. Let's see, we could make this the shots. We could do that as, I'm just highlighting those cells. I'm going to make those yellow, and then the trials, I could make those a different color. So I can pick this fill down, and I can make it, I don't know, orange or something. I don't know. You want to be snazzy. Okay, now what I need to do is fill in these cells with a different number to indicate a shot. So like in trial 1, the first shot, what did she make? Well, she has a 60, did she either make it or not? She has a 62% shooting percentage. So if I write what I want to do is generate random numbers between 0 and 99. And because that's 100 numbers. And then I could let the first, from 0 to 61, those could represent a made shot. And then from 62 to 100, that would be, to 99, that would be a missed shot. And that would work out. So I can actually do an equal sign into this cell, and then if I start typing rand, notice rand between tells me it returns a random number between the numbers you specify. So I need a random number between 0 and 99. And then I will drag this over and then fill it down. And I just realized that I'm probably going to, if it only returns numbers between 0 and 99, that's not going to be 100 numbers. So let me delete this and try again. I want to do equals rand between, how about between -1 and 100? So that should give me hopefully 0 and 99. Now I don't know if it's going to like negatives, but let's see. Okay, so now if I go here, and then that's just dragging across, it'll fill that in, and then I can go down and it'll fill those in. Okay, but notice it does give -1. So rand between must also mean rand include. Okay, and it never gave 100. Oh yes, it did. Okay, so let me try that again. So the mathematician in me thinks rand between is not going to use the 0 or the 99. But all right, so I'm going to do equals rand between, and equals rand between. I'll select that command, and I'm going to do the bottom number is 0 and the top number is 99. So even though in mathematics, if you said rand between, you would think it would only be the numbers between 0 and 99, not including. But in Excel, it must include the numbers. So I'm going to do rand between the numbers between 0 and 99, which is there's actually 100 numbers there. So I hit enter, like 90 is the first one. And then I'll drag across, and then I will drag down. And there you go. It just seems to be coincidental that I never got a 0. Oh, well, I did get a 0. And then I wonder if I ever got a 99, just for grins. I don't know. These numbers all they look fine. Okay, so now Excel seems to, every time I click anywhere in a cell, like if I just put a 1 here and hit enter, notice the pattern changes. So now that I've generated these random numbers, I just want to hold on to them, and I don't want them to change again because it's confusing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this entire thing that I've created, and I'm going to copy it. So I'll just click copy, and then I'm going to paste it here. But when I paste it, I want to do a paste special. I only want to paste the values. So I do it just like that, where it pastes the values. And so it's going to take exactly those numbers, and then, but notice even that it changed them one more time. But at least now these numbers will be fixed. So I can come in here and just delete this whole thing now, and I don't have to, if I do a right click and then delete like that, it'll just, well, let me just highlight all of that and then just delete it, and it'll just go away. And then these numbers now are fixed random numbers. And let me delete this because that's from before. And so here, if I wanted to, I can format this with the merge and center. Hold on. So I can format with the merge and center. Oh, it centered it on the whole thing. So I'm going to undo that, and I only want to merge and center it as big as this matrix is right here. So that's merge and center, and there's my trials. If I want to make this one, I could do this orange, and I could do these yellow, or you know, whatever I wanted to do. So this is just kind of extra stuff, learning to kind of make your information pretty. Now these are shots. These shots should be orange because they're not part of our numbers. Okay, so like this is your first shot on the first game. So this is trial 1, game 1. First shot she got a 28. Second shot she got a 75. Third shot she got a 15. Okay, well, we're going to have to convert these numbers into whether it's a make or a miss. And this could be, you could go through and just just go make, miss, like that. Or you could write a code that would look at the number and do it for you, which is what I'm going to do. So starting in this cell right here, just down below, I'm going to say equals, and then I'm going to do an if statement. So I say if, and then parenthesis, what's in this cell, which is B16. All right, now, if that is from 0 to, if it's a number between 0 and 61, it's a make. So if it's less than 62, then it will be a make. And so I'm going to call that a capital M for make. And so I do, if what happens with this statement is it's going to return into the cell an M, and you put it in quotes to tell it that. And then I'll do comment, and then the next thing is what is it going to return if it's false. And so I need just another shaped letter that I will know is not a make. So I could just put an F there, a capital F in quotations. So it'll return an F if it's not less than 62, which means she didn't make it. And so I'll hit enter. So for this first one, because it's 28, 28 is less than 62, so I should return an M in here. If I hit enter, I get an M. All right, now what I can do is I can just drag this to all the way to the end here, and it'll correspond. Like, notice the 75 is a F, which is a failure. It didn't make. 15 is a make, and so you can look at that and get what you made, what these numbers represent. Like, this is the third shot on the first game. It's an 84, which is a miss, and so that's why I returned an F. Okay, and so now I can select this entire row here, and then if I get the plus sign, I can go down, and I need to go down and do all 20 trials. I need to do this for all 20 trials. So I'm just going to kind of grab some and see. It got me all the way to V36, which is too many. That's why they're all M's. So I'll just delete that one. Okay. And so then finally, this is a representation of what happened on each trial. And so all you have to do is look through these rows to see if you have 6 in a row. And if you have 6 in a row, go ahead and put a 1, and if you don't, put a 0. So here, she never gets 6 in a row, so that's a 0. Here she gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, she got 6 in a row on that second game, so I'll put a 1 there. And then let's see, this one is a 0. This one, she never did it. She got 4 in a row. Let's see, this one she got 4 in a row, 4 in a row, but nothing else. This one she got 4 in a row. This one she got, never did it. Okay, let's look at this game. Let's see, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, but never more than 4. Okay, oh, here's one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, but not 6. Okay, how about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, look at that. She got bunches. So this is a 1. Let's look at that one. There's 4 in a row. So no, that one didn't happen. This one I can see right here is a 6 in a row. Here's another 6 in a row. Oh, there's at the beginning she got 6 in a row. And then there she got 6 in a row. And then that's a no. And that's a no. And oh, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 in a row. So it's really not that unusual, is it? That's a 0. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Okay, so let's get the sum of these ones here. So equals sum of this column. Oops, didn't like that. I don't know what I did. Let me try it again. Oh, V560. How about V56? All right, so 8 out of 20 times she got 6 in a row. So equals 8 divided by 20. That means she has about, if I look at the decimal, it's a 40% chance that that she could get this to happen based on our 20 trials. Well, that's not any of our choices, but 34 is pretty close. So the answer to this is no, because this occurs in about 34% of the games she played. So if we would have to do like 100 or 1,000 trials, my eyeballs are already hurting. But if we did all of those trials, we would see that it's really not that unusual, because it happened about 40% of the time. And so on these problems, this percentage is going to change, and so then you will adjust your test based on how that percentage changes, but everything else will be kind of the same. And truthfully, if you want, you could just use this chart, which I can include in the notes. If you want, you can just look at this chart to use each time and see if this changed, what would it be. Okay.